Praise, honor, glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, BAHASHAM, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone and the sincere. Shalom to the Akim that's out there pushing in sincerity and the truth and the sound doctrine. This is going to be an extremely quick video and an extremely simple topic. You know, it's a topic that we always talk about. You will always hear this, especially from us at Great Millstone. You will always hear this. All right. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, Yahweh BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor. That's the point of this video. The entirety of the armor is a requirement. It's not an option. It's a straight up requirement. All right. You need the entire armor during these times. Hell, we needed it before. Because look, if you read the script, the stories of the Bible, what happened when we didn't have the armor of the Lord? Meaning well, we're going to get into the meanings of that, right? But what happened when we didn't have the armor of the Lord, Yahweh BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, right? It says, male defense covering worn in combat, means of protection, right? Defense, means of protection, right? Put on the whole armor of the Lord, Yahweh BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. That's the only way you're going to be able to withstand this stuff, right? For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So just knowing that's what we have to deal with. The spiritual part is just, man, that's a whole new level. This is the only protection. People go to the government for their protection. This is where these protests happen. You know, they protest against Trump. They protest. And why are these people protesting? It's because they want to see a better world. But got news for you. The government is not the one that's going to give it to you. They don't, and never have, gave a damn about the people's voices. They don't, and they never will. They never will. Whatever those elites say, go. Whatever those elites say, go. That's all it is. But you people, even after knowing about the Epstein files, still run to the government. And the people still say, well, you know, then we just take it upon ourselves. You can try that. And then you're going to watch where it's going to lead you. Taking it upon yourself to do these things. Right? Because the thing is, again, we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. What we dealing with is we dealing with spirits. We dealing with spirits, man. We dealing with demons, angels, whatever. We dealing with a whole ton of spirits. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Lord, of Yahweh BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, which is pretty much today. You need the whole armor of the Lord to withstand all this bullshit that we go through, right? That you go through. All this BS that's in the world, you need the full armor, the full thing. There is not no 99%, there is 99.9%. No, that 1%, that one little leaven. They see an exposure, they attacking the weakness, right? It says, and having done all to withstand, Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, having the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. All right. It says, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Lord. So again, that verse 17 precepts to Hebrews 4 and 12. All right. It says praying always, and that's exactly how you get the whole armor. It's prayer and faith and belief, right? With all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints, right? That's how you get the whole armor. So going back to my point, even before, what happened when we didn't put on the whole armor of the Lord back in ancient times? You read the scriptures, right? What happens when we didn't have the whole armor because we wanted to trade? Let me say, what happens when we didn't have the right armor? We traded the real armor, the power armor, should I say, with regular armor. This ain't no regular armor that we talking about. Nah. We traded that in for the other nation's armor, the other nation's protection, which the Lord is the one that gave them that so-called armor, which is why their armor has never worked for us. It is not working right now because we, as a people of Israel, belong to the Lord Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. All nations, technically do, but we are the chosen. We are His chosen. Because honestly, everything on this earth belongs to the Lord Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. The earth belongs to the Lord Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, right? He chose Israel to be a special people unto Himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. You think about that shit for a second, man. You think about that for a second. And if you really think about it, and it really hits you, then you will know, man, let me take this cheap ass dollar store armor off, man. You know what I mean? Got this shit from the Dollar General. Nah, man. Nah, I want the real stuff, man. You want the real armor. You want the armor. You want the only armor that is above all. And that is the armor of the Lord Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. And it just broke it all down with what all that stuff is, man. And it all comes down to prayer. And that's why this little section here, it pretty much got all summed up in prayer. Talking about prayer. That's the only thing that's going to get you through whatever it is you're going through, man. And, do I dare say easier said than done? Yeah, I could say that, yeah. You know what I mean? Because everybody's different. You know what I mean? Prayer, but I will tell you something that's not different. The fear of the Lord. Right? The fear of the Lord. Whatever test that you go through, it doesn't matter what it is. Whatever test that you go through, now that's something that's not different. The hardship, it's the only thing that's different is the exact test that you go through. But the challenge that the Lord puts in front of you, that's something that we can honestly say, yeah, we can honestly say that that's an equal thing right there. Like I said, depending on, well, not really depending on what it is, whatever your weakness is, the Lord will send demons to jab at that, especially if you ask the Lord for faith. And the Lord will send demons to, believe it or not, as crazy as it sounds, the Lord will send demons to increase your faith. Right? It said, like I said, as crazy as it does sound crazy. Yeah, as crazy as it sounds. Yes, the Lord will send demons to increase your faith. What do I mean by that? Going through hell. Yeah, going through hell. And honestly, you want to ask the Lord for faith, because these things that we're going through today is nothing compared to what we more than likely going to start going through when shit hit the fan. This is why the entire armor is a requirement. It is not an option. It is not up for debate. It is a requirement. All right, so anyway, that's all I got on this. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakakwadah, Shalom.